Hey, this is Grant David checking in with Static Multimedia, and we have another interview for you guys today. We're talking to Alex, the lead singer of All Time Low, and he is here to talk with us about their latest album, Dirty Work, as well as bring us up to date with ATL news.
What's up, Grant?
How's it going, Alex?
Going very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. You having a good day today?
I am having a good day. We're in Toledo, Ohio. As everyone knows, it's the party state.
Oh yeah, it's cool. You guys are playing a show there tonight, right?
Yeah, we are.
Nice, nice. So you guys just recently released your fourth studio album entitled Dirty Work back in June. Would you mind telling us what that experience was like putting together the album? Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? Were there any obstacles or difficulties that you had to overcome? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a long process. We spent a good amount of time working on that record, writing that record. We kind of wrote it between tours, so there was a lot of stopping and starting involved, and we had a blast making it. Though it was a record for the time, for where we were as a band. It really fit that vibe, that atmosphere. We were on a new label.
Yeah.
A new set of chances, a new set of odds. Go up against. So we just wrote the record that we felt would be appropriate for us. It's a fun album. It deals with kind of the ins and outs of where we were at that time in our lives, sort of facing off against basically the struggle between living a fast-paced lifestyle and also kind of feeling and balancing with people back home that we love. So that's a big thing on it.
And then this is your first album that you guys ever released on a quote-unquote major label. How does working with a major label differ from working, on an indie label? Do you feel that there is, more pressure being placed on you because there's obviously, a larger amount of money being invested in your band?
Yeah, for sure. I think they handle it well, though. There is more money going into it, I guess. But at the same time, everybody's playing it smart right now. This is something that we went into together. It's not like we were a new band. They knew what they Interscope knew what they had, to sign. So it was more about they were really specific of what to do in the records that we wanted to put out, and that was the focal point, making sure that we continue to do what we've always wanted to do, what we've always designed.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Did you ever, actually sit down and meet with Jimmy Iovine?
Yeah, Jimmy's a very cool guy. Really smart dude. He definitely, has a very interesting and modern take on the record industry.
Yeah.
It's hard, kind of getting with him because he's a very busy dude and he has so many artists, under his belt. So we did meet and we built and he obviously had to prove the record and everything, so that all went well.
Nice.
But yeah, we're not talking on the phone every day, but he's a great dude.
That's awesome. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, and you guys released 2 music videos off the album so far, one for I Feel Like Dancing and one for Forget About It. What was it like making those music videos? Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, it was very cool. The dancing video was hilarious. It was like you were doing the other film that you're part of. And then Forget About It video was really easy because it was just live footage.
Yeah.
We just had to follow us around. We didn't actually have to do anything.
Nice. That's easy, man. Did Rockstar pay you guys a ton of money for that product placement, or did you guys get free Rockstar for life? I get it that it's a joke.
We have an ongoing deal with Rockstar. They're a sponsor that's supported us for a little while now. And they contribute. They always do. They contribute a little bit of money towards the videos to help us get the video done because videos are not cheap to make.
Yeah.
But it was cool that they were good sports about letting us kind of poke fun at product placement.
Yeah.
By using their companies. Some companies wouldn't necessarily be cool with that tongue-in-cheek approach, but they were really proud of it.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I get it that it's a joke and it's a commentary on the oversaturation of commercialism, but I thought that was hilarious.
Yep. Yep.
And then you guys got the music video for Time Bomb in the works. When are we going to be able to see that one?
We're supposed to be getting the first draft of it tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm really excited to see how the editing process has gone. It looked absolutely amazing when we were filming it, so I'm pretty stoked. You know, it's our first serious video.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on me because I wrote the treatment for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little bit nervous, and you know, I always want perfect to deal with my baby.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm stoked to see it, and it should be out within the next couple of weeks. You know, once you have the first edit and made some comments, there's really, you know, typically not that much more that needs to be done.
Yeah. Can you tell us what the what the concept is behind the video?
I don't want to give too much away,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say that it's a story about two lovers who are fighting in the struggle to keep themselves from being torn apart.
Yeah, for sure.
There's guns and a chase scene.
How much fun did you guys have dressing up as Katy Perry in the I Feel Like Dancing video?
It's ridiculous. You know, we're pretty used to dressing up like girls by now, though, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, just after seeing you guys in her California costume, you know, it just ruined all of her sexual appeal for me. You know, I don't think I'll be able ever to look at her the same way again.
Neither will my parents.
Yeah. So, moving on, how would you say that Dirty Work differs from your past albums like Nothing Personal and So Wrong It's Right?
It's a great question. I think it differs quite a bit. To be honest, you know, first of all, it's about 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
You know, So Wrong It's Right. So there's been a big change. You know, I think our musical tastes are a little bit different now. I think the influences on that record were slightly different. We were exploring new options, new ways to approach music, and we were having a lot of fun with it. It was something where, you know, we wanted to make the record that would represent us at the time, not the record that, you know, people might have expected.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of, I think, you know, it definitely still sounds like some low, but at the same time, you know, we definitely took some new chances.
Yeah. And then how did that album do commercially? You know, was it more or less what you were expecting?
It's hard to say. I was having this conversation before. It's really difficult to say right now because records just aren't really selling anymore.
Yeah.
It's tough because obviously the numbers are lower than our previous releases, but you know, it's kind of tough to make that call as to whether it was a flop or not because, you know, everyone's record is tanking.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a shitty situation for the industry right now. But I will say that, you know, the new songs are going over great live, and our live show hasn't really been impacted at all. You know, there's still tons of people coming out to see our shows, and like I said, the reaction's been great to the new music. And if that's any indication, then I would say that the record's been a massive success.
Nice.
People are still interested, and people are still, you know, coming to see us play the song live.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
what really matters.
Do you feel that all-time low is like a big target for piracy? Like, do you think your guys' music gets ripped off a lot?
Yes, absolutely. I think any music that kind of appeals to a younger audience, like teen and young adult audience, I think those are the people who are sort of the biggest piraters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music listeners, I would say, statistically. And I think the younger people that are pirating music the most. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know, I'm not really necessarily opposed to it. I think it sucks that some bands are being affected by it negatively, but at the same time, you know, I think it's also serves to put a lot of power back in the artist's hands and kind of change the game up. Labels don't have this big commandeering presence that they used to, so they can't bully people anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's made a huge difference for artists.
So it doesn't frustrate you at all?
No, not really. You know, I'm someone that's sort of, I'm looking to the future. You know, I think perhaps that record sales are not the all and end all as they used to be. I think it's kind of to come back more to the live show.
Yeah.
Getting people out for the experience that matters. So no, it's frustrating in the sense that, like, it sucks when you don't have a good week of sales, but that's only because the people who are still thinking in the past get frustrated, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I think everybody's starting to take a new approach, and everybody's kind of understanding the situation as it is. I think, for me, it's a victory if people are still coming to our concerts. That's all that matters.
Definitely. And you guys tour worldwide, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite country besides the U.S. to perform in?
I am a huge fan of touring in Japan. I have a lot of fun over there. I really like the people. I like the culture. Japan for me.
Yeah, I talked to one of the guys from the band Zebrahead, and he said Japan is always crazy.
Yeah, that band's massive in Japan.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best market in the world.
Yeah, for sure. And then he was telling me, like in between sets, they're usually pretty quiet. Do you have that same experience?
Yeah, it's a different culture. English isn't their first language, obviously. So I think there's a respect factor, and there's also a factor like they're trying to understand exactly what it is you're saying because they care so much about what you have to say. So it's definitely it throws you off at first, but it's actually like when you realize why they're doing it, it's actually very cool, very flattering.
Yeah, it's ultimately a sign of respect, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what I figure. Okay. Okay, so moving on. You guys recently performed on Conan, right?
Yeah, largely.
Yeah, how was that?
So cool. It was so much fun. I loved it. I was really nervous.
Yeah.
Those experiences are always a little bit nerve-wracking. I didn't perform my best. Nerves, but we had a blast. And Conan's really cool, and everybody over there's really cool.
Nice. That's good to hear, man. So coming up, when you guys were first starting All Time Low, who were some of the artists and other bands that inspired you?
When we were coming up, I think the big three were like Newfound Glory, Green Day, and Blink. That was really kind of driving force in where we got our start. Yeah.
And then there's something that I wanted to talk about. How do you account for like the lack of female artists in the punk rock genre? I mean, for better or worse, it does definitely seem like a male-dominated field, maybe even more so than rap and hip-hop. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. For one, it may be appeal. I don't know. But to be honest, I feel like there's quite a few female-fronted pop punk bands at the moment. Be it Paramore or We Are the In Crowd or First Emerge. They're all kind of variations of and derivations of that genre. I mean, they're all very different, but at the same time, they all kind of come from that same scene.
Yeah. And then I was reading that you guys are banned from Six Flags after the Bamboozle tour incident. Is that true?
Yeah, we are, but it was partially by choice. I don't think we want to go back and play at a venue where those kinds of incidents are going to still have to happen.
Yeah.
It was pretty sketchy.
So what happened with that? They were pepper spraying people?
Yeah. I guess what happened was we were during one of our last songs we were playing and some kind of incident broke out between two girls in the crowd, like one pushed the other or something.
Yeah.
And an off-duty police officer saw it and decided that the best way to defuse the situation was to spray a cloud of mace to everybody into that area.
Oh, nice.
It just seems absurd and kind of, overkill.
Yeah.
Once that happened, things kind of got out of hand in the crowd. The crowd ended up, during our last song, the crowd ended up kind of rushing the stage. It was happening the whole show, but there was no like barricades or anything. They set up really badly for the show.
Yeah.
And so everybody just kind of ended up rushing the stage and we were walking off. And security obviously not happy about that. And when I went backstage, I saw a bunch of kids just break the stage. So I came back out on stage and kind of voiced my dissatisfaction with how they handled it, and obviously that created a bunch of issues. They weren't happy, but fuck them.
Yeah, for sure. Was there ever a point during that show when you thought, like during the end when people were getting sprayed and rushed on the stage, were you concerned about your safety?
No, I don't. I was on stage. I mean, I don't think I would have been harmed or anything, but I was just frustrated that our fans are. It's not like our fans are 35-year-old men,
Yeah.
Like our fans are teenagers. and young adult, so it was expensive, and it's frustrating.
For sure.
I imagine myself, being for those kids in the crowd and having a great time the whole night, and then having to drive home, with your face falling. It was just such a downer.
Yeah, it just put the damper on the entire show. What do you guys think that what does the future hold for All Time Low? Where do you guys think that you'll be in 5 years?
That is a great question. I don't know. I don't really look past next week.
Yeah.
We have our lives pretty planned out here on out for this year and next year, some of next year. We're taking, after this tour, we're taking some of the winter off. Probably working on 66. The UK tour lined up. The Canadian support tour lined up. Plan. And then we have some ideas for the US that we can't talk about yet, but it should be a lot of fun. And then, beyond that, I have no idea. We're just going to keep going. Like I said, we're a band that likes to be on the road.
Yeah.
So I think, you can expect new music at some point and touring.
Nice. Well, I hope that you guys have a great show tonight, and I'd just like to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with me. That's real cool of you, and I, as well as the rest of Static Multimedia, really appreciate that.
Hey, man, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you have a good day, man.
You as well. Take care.
Bye.